Welcome back to Allotment Diaries. Friday the 10th of September. We've got a lot of updates to go through because the last week and a half's videos have not, well, they're on the channel, but they're private because everyone moans about how dark it is. So I thought, well, there's no point video editing and making them public. So let's look. Chili plants and all that, most of them have gone in there. You should be able to see it's a lot clearer in there. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. When I go in there next, I'm going to put them literally in the soil. But yeah, it's hard to see what you can actually see on there. Let me turn this brightness up. Max, there we go. Still can't see what you can see. It's hard to see for this mesh netting. But there is some growth on my tobacco plants after all. There was tons of bindweed. Don't know if you can see it about there. But there was tons and tons of bindweed. Let's get you closer. Don't make much of a difference, but that one, there's a bit of growth. That one's there. So most of that's actually loose bits. So there's bits of grass there that are just making sure that it keeps it down and keeps the bugs out. So 2 piles came out of there. So as you can see, it needs to be all trimmed back again. And then there's the first edition, a 3-tier composting system, which I did discuss in one of the videos as private. So I got these yesterday, I think. Yeah, yesterday. So there's obviously the biggest one. There's a slight difference in height, which maybe you wouldn't have noticed unless I said anything. So yeah, just to the right, they might look like plank of woods to you guys and girls, but they're actually not. They are scaffolding boards. Frames, I don't know, can't remember. But what they're going to be used for is to make raised beds. Because if you look, you've got hinges on them and all that. So when you sort of pull them, it will go into a rectangle shape. Just imagine like that. They're not the biggest, but I prefer the smaller ones anyway. It's easier to organise what you want, or at least in my opinion. So the brambles seem to be pretty good still at bay. Because remember, all of this was covered in brambles in the past. So I might as well give you updates on plants. Yeah, you can't see much, but I mean the chili plants ain't doing well because the birds have been pecking them to death. So spuds are doing well. So I just keep checking for any yellow leaves because that's supposed to help stop blight, as you can see on the floor. This appears to be horseradish, nothing to do with me. Speaking of that, I've missed quite a bit out. Now it's hard to see with all the weeds. I think that's the cow. That's pak choi. They're doing very well. Let me zoom in. There you go. You can see that a little bit better. And over here. It's a bit harder to see that one. But they're doing very well. If you can't see it very well, you just have to take my word, and then there's another one that's doing really well. There's loads of weeds and shit in it, as I said, that's making it difficult. You might be able to see a better shot on here. It just makes it look like a mess. Trust me, it's a lot better in real life than what it is, even with the loose bits. Right, so back onto the spuds, which keep putting their plants on and all that, so they're ready to die off. So yeah, so I should have some spuds soon. That one looks like horseradish as well. The seeds, there's no point showing you, but I'll show you anyway because I haven't really checked today. See, nothing. So I don't know what happened with them. Maybe if I put them in the greenhouse, one little shoot, nothing really worth talking about. So I might just plant some more straight in to the ground. You see there's a little shoot there. Nothing. So yeah. Oh, and this was discussed in another video. Finally got my incinerator. So of course I can start burning the brambles, which I'm just allowed to do now on this plot, because previously I wasn't allowed. So yeah, gonna give you a few shots from all different directions. So nothing past there is mine. So I'm going to walk all the way around the plot now. As you can see, it just needs a bit of cutting back again, but that's not a big deal. So, but yeah, I mean the brambles, I mean some of them look like they're dying off over there, but when I get some more time, I'm going to cut all the rest of this back. These could be cut back a bit more because they're starting, not quite on the path or over the path, but they are starting to. So I might do that in a minute, break them off, it's a bit easier, but just to keep it off the path. So yeah, I think I'm keeping on up to date with things. I know there's a few things that need to be cut back like this, all the brambles. The apple tree's sky high. I'm gonna have to prune that next month. So, still need to clear all of this. This is obviously a massive arse area that needs to be dealt with. Now this, apparently, these leaves are to do with a cherry tree. There's a cherry tree under here somewhere. So I was told anyway. Yeah, and these brambles, look, they just get everywhere. The whole plot is literally infested with them. So when I get some more time, not only am I going to clear all this back, or cut it all back, sorry, I'm going to have to start digging and getting rid of some of the roots because it ain't no good. I've got to still get in that shed and sort it out. Yeah, it's funny because this guy, I think I've mentioned it before, he's moaning about the brambles sometimes being on the path and, well, what path because of his plants. But it's fine, I don't really care, but it's just more what the fuck he's talking about to look at himself as far as I'm concerned. But as I say, I'm not bothered really, just other than what I said. So there you go. So I've been Allotment Diaries, you've been amazing, and I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.